Hello and welcome to another episode from Zach Maglin Collectibles, where we rip sports cards of all major sports, basketball, baseball, and of course football. And how fitting, right before the start of the playoffs, we have a new football product to rip and review. The time has finally come for NFL Prizm football. Hello YouTube! Thank you for joining us once again, and today we have an exciting new NFL product to rip and review. For the very first time, we have our early look at 2025 NFL Prizm football. So, this product, as you know, is the swan song for Panini because they'll be giving up their license later this spring. And, you know, many say that Prizm is the standard bearer in terms of top-of-the-line football product for Panini. So, hopefully, with today's rip, we get rewarded with some nice hits. So, we got this box from our local Walmart, and it wasn't cheap. We paid $42 each, believe it or not, which is $7 higher than what they're selling it for at Target. I know that because I ordered 2 boxes from Target online and expect delivery of those boxes sometime next week. So there is, as you know, a difference between the Walmart and Target boxes, at least with Panini. And in this case, we are looking for 5 blaster exclusive laser prisms. So, what else could we get here? Aside from that, we're looking for blaster exclusive rookie variations with the silver. We got mem cards and autos as well. So, in regards to Prizm, we don't really get the chase card like how we get those in other products, at least with football. We're not getting a downtown that you can find in Donruss or a color blast that I believe this year was in Phoenix. So we'll see what we get. But as you know, usually when it comes to Prizm silver products, all right, those tend to be of high value, especially for those rookies. So as you know, the rookie class is not quite as good as last year, but still worth the rip. And it's our first delve into it this year. So let's check it out and let's get to ripping. All right, so we got 2 of these. And of course, going in, I did realize it was going to be slightly higher. Quite didn't get that. And of course, it sucks that you're getting, you know, for just different Prizm or, you know, parallels, you're paying slightly higher, but whatever. It is what it is. So let's see what we get. Let's see if Walmart delivers. And as you know, our main criticism of Walmart is the way they pack the cards. So, which they don't tend to put a lot of priority. But this one's not too bad, right? There you go. It's got a little slot in between. Sometimes it's just loose and moving around. Not that we see damage in those cards, but you know, you want to hope that those cards are well packed for what you are paying for them. All right, so let's see. Let's get to this one here. Get to it. So this is fitting because, as you know, the playoffs are starting in a few days. So who do you guys got? Who is your team? Go ahead and throw that out there in the comments section. Who is your team this year in the playoffs? Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? So this is your chance to call your shot, okay? And that'll be one of the questions, because as you know, we have giveaways, right? So that'll be one of the questions that we'll be giving, you know, applying to our giveaway, which is call your shot. Who do you have in the Super Bowl with the playoff teams that are out there? Call your shot. Who's winning the Super Bowl and who's playing who? Okay, so that's one of the questions that I'm going to ask that you answer in our giveaway. Of course, in addition, you need to be subscribed to the channel. So if you have not already done so, that can be easily remedied by hitting that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit on the notification bell as well. Liking this video, sharing this video with others, and watching it to the end. And to ensure that you do so, we have 2 questions that we want you to answer. And you already know what question number 1 is. So stay tuned for question number 2. So here is our first look at Prizm. Here's the design, Michael Penix, year 2. We can already see our laser coming up. Chris Godwin, it looks like this Godwin is not a refractor. They call this a Prizm, right, in the Prizm product. And we also got Frank Gore, so we have a vet. And on the laser, we have Kyle Pitts. Cool-looking card. All right. So just to verify this bad boy right here, it is a Prizm. Okay. Let's see. All right. Moving right along. We're going into pack number 2. And let's see. All right, here we go. Haven't seen any videos on this quite yet. Oh, there you go. That's a way to start. We have a Jackson Dart. Is it a base? I think it is a base, but it will take it. Tony Pollard and Xavier Worthy. So these are all base cards here because we got 2 of them in the first pack. But we got a Jackson Dart, his first Prizm card, which means we got to sleeve it up. So as you know, the Giants fired their coach, and they're looking for a new coach, and the rumor is that the Baltimore Ravens coach, John Harbaugh, could be up for the job. That's if he doesn't take Miami or any other job that would come available. All right, so we got to try and reduce that shine there. Okay, bring that up there. All right, on to the next one. So, what do you think of the designs this year with Prizm? So-so, right? And for the first time in many seasons, you're not going to see one Patty Mahomes in the playoffs. All right, so we're going to get a laser. Okay, I thought it was going to be like a etch card. There's the laser, Jalen Waddle. And we have 2 lasers. There you go. We have a Dante Thornton Jr. We got a rookie laser. Don't know how well he played. But we will take, so 2 lasers in 1 pack, which is cool. And we've got Steven Jackson, a vet, and we've got a kid reporter. All right. Going on to the next one. All right. We've got ooh, there you go, an Ashton Genty Prismatic. Cool looking card right there, not numbered. We will sleeve that up. Ooh, sorry. All right, Prismatic right there. Ashton Genty. We'll see if we get any better cards that we can put on a stand. If not, we've got his card there. And we've got that one, so a vet as well. All right, we're down to 2 packs, okay? Let's see. I'm not like how these are ripping. Seems a little flimsy, but oh well. Okay, here we go. We got 2 lasers again. All right, one of them's going to be a rookie. So let's go from the back. Chris Jones, Jordan Love, and our laser, first laser, non-rookie, is Jordan Love. There is Panini following with Topps, which is they've got their base card right next to their parallel. And the rookie that we're going to get is Graham Mertz. So a rookie quarterback that's didn't see the light of day when C.J. Stroud went down, okay, but there he is. Wasn't it like Davis something? He ended up getting the start. Davis Mills, right? Is that his name? Davis Mills or David Mills? He got the start, so that rookie didn't get to Get any snaps in. All right, here we go. Last pack of the first box. All right, we are going to get we're going to get a silver mem. Okay, we'll take that. There's Puka Nacua, best wide receiver probably right now in the game. Cooper DeJean. And our mem card to wrap things up is going to be Bryce Young. This would have been really nice in year 1, but we will take it. Believe it or not, with a losing record, Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers are in the playoffs. Oh, that's cool. We got first box. We get a mem card. We'll take that. Put that out there. And I guess we'll put up this Ashton Genty as well for now, unless someone else knocks him down. All right. There you go. And as you know, we got this Jackson Dart. Okay, so we're going to go right over here. Next box. So those are probably, we got some cool. We got Jordan Love on the laser prism, but let's see here. We are going to get a kid reporter at some point. Jeremy Shockey, look at that. That's old school, right? And he's covering up a J.J. McCarthy year 2. Now, J.J. didn't really light the league on fire. Slow start, but let's see if Minnesota turns it around next year. And we got T.J. Watt and another kid reporter. So, once again, that card is a year too late, just like Bryce Young's card is 2 years too late. But here we go. All right, Vet. We have this rookie right here. We've got Jamie Sherwood. So pretty much base cards. Tucker Kraft. Base cards in pack number 2. So we get a pack of all base cards, but then again, we had 2 packs in the last box where we had 2 laser prisms. So I want to say we definitely got more than 5 in the box, but I may stand corrected if I do a count. All right, so we're going to get a laser prism coming up. There's Bijan, who's balling out, right? Here we go. Speak of the devil, we got 2 laser prisms. We've got a Cade Otton, and Bijan is covering up Jordan Brooks. Not familiar with him. And he's covering up a rookie. Jordan Brooks is covering up Jade Barron. Okay. He's with the Broncos, the number 1 seeded Broncos. Bronco fans, all right. I forget our friend from Guam again. Something for reals, right? So, is it Rips for Reals? Yeah, Rips for Reals. Big Bronco fan. Tell me how he's doing, okay? Sorry, I blanked out on the name there a little bit. Rips for Reals. There's Cam Scattaboo. Nice little base of Cam. And he's covering up an emergent of Matthew Golden. And we have Jaden Daniels year 2. Not quite the same Jaden Daniels. And Joe Mixon. All right, so once again, we've got Jaden Daniels, but year 2 Jaden Daniels. So this Cam Scattaboo, we'll sleeve it up. Base, but it is his Prism base. We're down to 2 packs already, huh? That's going by quick. All right, here we go. Nothing too significant thus far in this box. Okay. As mentioned, we will be ripping the... hold on before I get to that. We've got Jerome Bettis. We'll be ripping the Target version when that arrives sometime next week. Ooh, okay. So we've got 2 laser prisms again. We got a kid reporter. We'll throw that one out. And our laser prism is Vernon Davis, vet. We saw him earlier. And we have a rookie. It's a Kansas City Chief, Brashard Smith. So that's the thing about this rookie class. I'm not familiar with any of these guys that we're pulling, right? But here we go. Last pack. It's a little thick. Do we have another mem? Is that a standard? Because it looks like we are going to get a mem again. Which should be weird because I don't recall in previous years Prizms being stacked with mems, but that is a mem again. All right, so we are going to see who that is shortly. Got Josh Allen, reigning MVP, but it looks like it's going to be one Matthew Stafford. All right, and Cam Chancellor, and we're going to have a mem card. But before we reveal that, let us ask our second question, okay? Question being, all right, so we asked who you think is going to go into the Super Bowl, right? So pretty standard question there. So I want you to answer this next question. So we've asked in the past, best quarterbacks, best running backs. So I want you to tell me who you think the top 3 receivers are in the game today. All right, give me your top 3 wide receivers. You as well answer that question along with the question about your Super Bowl prediction and do everything else, and you'll be automatically qualified for our giveaway. So here we go. And we are covering up on this mem card, Rookie Gear Elijah Arroyo. Cool looking card. It's a mem card, so we've got 2 mem hits in each box. Unfortunately, well, he plays for Seattle. Seattle has the number 1 seed in the NFC. Just not too familiar with his game. All right, so if you are a Seattle fan and you know one Elijah Arroyo, hit me up. Let me know how he's doing. Is he someone to look out for? It's a rookie, so that's the right one to get. All right, so let us recap what we got. So we got in this box, we also got a Cam Scatterbo, one partner of Jackson Dart. But let's look at all the different prisms we got, okay? They're the cool-looking laser prisms. We've got quite a few. So they guaranteed 5, right? So that means that we should have gotten 10 in 2 boxes. So let's count it out. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, so we have one here that is just a silver. And we got another Jeremy Shockey is a silver too. Were we shorted? No, we got one here. There's number 10, Kyle Pitts. So we did get 10. It was just a little misleading. All right, so that's our first look and our rip of NFL Prizm. So tell me what you think. Not too bad. Wasn't overwhelmed, but cool looking designs, especially with the laser prisms. Hopefully we plan to do better, all right, with the target ones, but not a bad start. We got some mem cards mixed in. We got Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo, 2 of the hottest rookies, though base cards. So tell me, in your opinion, what you think of the newly released 2025 NFL Prizm. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more football rips because we have a product that we're going to be ripping that many say is a must. All right, so stay tuned, find out what that is, all right? A must-rip NFL product. All right, take care, stay safe.